The F-15 Eagle is best known as one of the most dominant fighters ever built, but its story goes far beyond the jets that actually entered service. Behind the scenes, engineers and planners imagined radically different Eagles, pushing ideas that range from stealth and naval operations to AI flight controls and extreme maneuverability. Some of these variants flew only as an experimental testbed, while others existed as concepts, mock-ups, or bold proposals on paper. Each was designed to answer a specific threat, mission, or future vision of air combat that ultimately never materialized. Together, these unrealized Eagles reveal just how close the F-15 came to becoming something far wilder than the fighter we know today. The F-15N Sea Eagle. The F-15N Sea Eagle was proposed in the 1970s to bring the F-15's performance to carrier decks, featuring reinforced landing gear, folding wings, and arrestor hooks. The Navy wanted a supersonic fleet air defense fighter to counter Soviet bombers and cruise missiles. Performance projections were impressive, but the F-14 Tomcat already filled this role and carried long-range Phoenix missiles. Concerns over carrier suitability and cost made the Sea Eagle impractical. If adopted, it could have reshaped naval aviation doctrine with unmatched speed and climb. Instead, it never left the drawing board, remaining a tantalizing what-if. Its ideas influenced some naval adaptation studies later on. F-15 Streak Eagle. The F-15 Streak Eagle first flew in 1975 as a stripped-down performance demonstrator built solely to break time-to-climb records. With minimal avionics, no paint, and uprated engines, it shattered 8 world records and showcased the Eagle's raw potential. It was never intended for combat, serving purely as a publicity and research tool. Once the records were secured, the aircraft was retired to preserve its legendary status. The project highlighted the F-15's superior thrust-to-weight ratio and climb performance. It influenced later fighter design by proving extreme performance was achievable without radical redesign. The F-15 Man-X. The F-15 Man-X was a late 1970s concept exploring tailless or reduced tail designs to reduce radar signature and drag. Engineers tested unconventional control surfaces in wind tunnels to see how far the F-15 airframe could be modified. Stability concerns and limited technology of the era prevented a flying prototype. The Air Force favored proven, operationally ready designs over experimental radical changes. Had Man-X flown, it might have accelerated stealth research and influenced later low-observable fighters. Despite remaining a paper study, it contributed to stealth thinking in fighter development. The F-15B Research Testbed. The F-15B Research Testbed flew in the 1980s as a versatile 2-seat platform for avionics, propulsion, and flight control experiments. Its extra seat allowed engineers to monitor systems in real time while pushing the aircraft to new limits. Multiple cutting-edge technologies were validated on this flexible platform, from fly-by-wire systems to new radar integration. The aircraft was never meant for operational use, but became a backbone of experimental research. Modern fighter systems trace their roots to trials conducted on the F-15B testbed. Its adaptability made it invaluable for decades of engineering studies. The F-15 STOL MTD. The F-15 STOL MTD first flew in 1988 as a research platform to explore short takeoff and landing performance using thrust vectoring nozzles and canards. NASA and the Air Force aimed to study extreme maneuverability at low speeds and high angles of attack. The aircraft showed a remarkable pitch authority, redefining what was thought impossible for fighter agility. Its purpose was experimental rather than operational, testing ideas for future aircraft. Maintenance demands and complexity made it suitable for production. Lessons learned from STOL MTD fed directly into the F-22 development and advanced flight control concepts. Without it, post-STOL maneuvering in modern fighters might be much less capable. It proved that software and thrust could redefine fighter performance. The F-15 Active flew in 1993 to expand research from STOL MTD into advanced flight controls with full 3D thrust vectoring. Active tested yaw, pitch, and roll authority without relying solely on conventional surfaces, pushing limits of aerodynamics. The goal was to explore digital flight control systems for extreme maneuverability in combat. Pilots could fly beyond traditional aerodynamic envelopes with unprecedented precision. The aircraft was never meant for operational service due to complexity and cost. Its experimental data influenced fifth-generation fighter flight laws and maneuvering algorithms. Active demonstrated the power of combining software with aerodynamics. It remains one of the most capable research Eagles ever flown. The F-15 IFCS Intelligent Flight Control System. The F-15 IFCS first flew in 1990 as a testbed for adaptive AI-based flight control systems, capable of compensating for simulated battle damage in real time. Its intelligent controls increased survivability, allowing pilots to maintain control after critical failures. The program proved that AI could supplement human reflexes in extreme conditions. Despite its promise, operational adoption was halted due to certification challenges and pilot trust issues. It influenced modern autonomous and adaptive flight software in fighter jets. Had it been fielded, it could have redefined survivable combat flight. The F-15 SE Silent Eagle. The F-15 SE Silent Eagle appeared in 2009 as Boeing's attempt to add stealth to the proven F-15 design. Aiming at export markets, it canted tails, internal weapon bays, and radar-absorbing coatings promised a low-observable heavy fighter. Designers envisioned it striking first and surviving in contested airspace, bridging the gap to fifth-generation jets. Despite this, it never flew fully stealth-configured, as buyers like South Korea opted for true fifth-generation aircraft. The modifications also reduced payload and range, weakening some of the Eagle's classic strength. Had it entered service, it would have been a semi-stealth powerhouse unmatched for heavy air superiority. The program remained mostly a marketing concept with mock-ups and demos, yet it influenced the F-15X and stealth upgrades thinking for future Eagles. The F-15 2040C. The F-15 2040C concept appeared in 2015 as a futuristic upgrade for F-15Cs, aiming to keep them relevant against stealth threats. Quad-packed air-to-air missiles, advanced AESA radar, and infrared search systems promised overwhelming firepower. Electronic warfare enhancements would have allowed it to operate in contested airspace alongside modern fighters. No prototype was built, as the USAF prioritized newer 5th and 6th generation aircraft. Had it flown, it would have been a missile-laden force multiplier with unmatched interception capability. The design reflected a desire to extend the life of the venerable Eagle airframe. Its ideas influenced later F-15X upgrades. 2040C remains a vision of what the Eagle could have become. If you loved this video, make sure to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to The Buzz and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video where we uncover the planes and tech that almost changed everything. Drop a comment below to tell us which F-15 blew your mind the most. Every like, share, and subscription keeps us going and helps uncover even more hidden aviation stories that history almost forgot.